It's your girl Vymart. How are you doing? So today is our usual 5:30 upload, but we decided that we're not uploading today because we wanted to have a chit chat of all the questions you guys have been asking us on Instagram Live. So for context, I put a stories out to ask you guys a couple of days on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, what are you waiting for? It's Vymart. Check me out on there. So I put a question out to say, what questions would you guys want to ask a guest that is coming on our channel? And you guys started throwing the questions in. Before you people even started throwing the question, I have my questions because I want to know. See, I've been in my career for 14 plus years now. And sometimes I've been thinking, what am I going to do next? But who knows? So today we have Dele, and I'm going to introduce her because when I read the bio, I'm like, see, they say in the company of 5 rich people, if you are the 6th one, that you are not rich yet, you will be the 6th rich. So let's just add it here. So Dele's intro, I've got it on my phone here. So the person we have in front of you today, and once I give an intro, I want you guys to be clapping, like, show some, you know. So Dele is a she's a trained UK nurse with over 6 years of work experience. She's currently working as a nurse practitioner / prescriber. I need to know what that is in a second. And she hopes to complete, this is the part that blew me. She hopes to complete her MSc in advanced practice soon. Hey! Some people still have brain to be reading in 2022 when my head is doing giga. But if I can say so myself, she is a wonderful wife. She's a yummy mommy. And of course, she's a content creator. So if you're watching this video, her YouTube channel is iDeva TV. I will pop it on here right now. Go and follow Dele because she's going to be dishing out content. In fact, we have a video coming up after this live that's talking about this career in nursing. So ladies, gentlemen, people now on my live and those who are going to join in the future, help me clap and welcome Dele to our channel. Welcome.
Oh dear.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Finally, like it's been a long time coming. We've said we wanted to do this live stream for a long time. I know. I'm so glad we're finally able to film the video today.
I know. Yes. I know. And for anyone else that's wondering, you think you've seen this person's face maybe on my stories. She's my YouTube buddy. Yes, she's the same one. We are yinging and yanging each other. This year, you see this class of 2023 YouTube. We are joining together. Somebody say amen.
Amen. We are pushing for it. We will hopefully get through it.
We want to. So for us to get there, guys, you need to like this video, subscribe, go onto Dele's channel, like, subscribe, share. Just keep sharing. In fact, it costs you nothing to share on your Instagram story, on your Facebook, and
exactly.
On your WhatsApp. Just share. The content is there. We know the quality of the content that we give you. So just be sharing, okay?
Please.
Now that we are all agreed, let's dive into the question. Before I go into the list of questions, Dele, my first question is, what made you choose nursing?
So I'm just going to speak about that briefly. First of all, thank you, V, for having me on your channel. Thank you to all the Vymart family. Thank you. Please subscribe to iDeva TV. Thank you so much. So to be honest, what really happened was nursing chose me. Like I've got a video, funny enough, I've got a video coming up at 6:30 p.m. this evening on my channel because this week was nursing week, and I decided to dedicate a video to my journey to nursing on my channel this week. So anyway, what really happened was when I moved to the United Kingdom, I was thinking, when you move to a new place or get to a stage of your life, you're thinking, what are you doing with yourself? What do you want to do with yourself? Growing up in Nigeria, I was not really interested in anything science. I didn't have passion for science subjects. But as soon as I moved into the United Kingdom, I noticed that I started developing this interest for science subjects. And I was performing well with my biology subjects, chemistry subjects, physics subjects. I applied to do my A-levels in health and social care. I just developed this interest for health and for nursing. And I just said, okay, why not? I'm always a retired nurse. My elder sister in America is a nurse. I guess they also influenced my decision in becoming a nurse. And to be honest, I feel like that's one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Like going into nursing. Like I am still I've been qualified 6 years now, and I feel like I am still really enjoying the profession, and I'm just looking forward to how far I'm gonna go with this profession. Yes. So like I said, I feel like nursing chose me. We're here today.
Wow. Okay. Nursing chose you. So does that mean the journey has been easy till now?
No, darling, it hasn't been easy. Like I said in the video I'm going to upload tonight on my channel, the first time I applied to study nursing, I think in 2005. Yeah, 2005. I was rejected by 5 universities.
Oh, wow.
Because back then, nursing was a government-funded course. Now, for you to apply to work to apply to study nursing, you have to either have your indefinite stay, which is a permanent residency, or a British citizen. And because then, like I said, my mom is a retired nurse now. But when we moved into the UK, under my mommy's work permit as a nurse. So we didn't have the indefinite stay, and there was only 1 year left for us to get our indefinite stay before I applied to study nursing. But because I was not a permanent resident in the UK, and the nursing course was a government-funded course, I was not approved to study nursing in 2005. But many years later, obviously, like I said, it's a passion that I have. I have a passion for nursing. And many years later, in 2012, I reapplied again, and it was straightforward then. But obviously, it wasn't a straight journey.
Wow. So it's interesting how we all see the 6 years experience, right?
Yes.
And then we're like, oh, I want to be a nurse. But it's interesting to see that. And there's a whole video. So we're not going to talk about the video because the video is coming up at 6:30, so people can go and watch it. Where you shared about the challenges it actually took. Because when I saw the thumbnail, I was like, oh, I didn't know this part of the story. So I need to sit down and watch the video.
Yes. Ooh. So yes. Because a lot of people do ask me, like, oh, I get a lot of questions. How do you get to nursing? What were the challenges? Tell us. I feel like, okay, like I said, I was in honor of the nursing week. I feel like this is the time for me to film the video and upload the video on my channel. So yes, and that's why I've uploaded the video. Yes.
Good. So for everyone that is watching, just make sure you're interacting in the comment section. Give a thumbs up, give a like. Hail my Dele, can you just see how cute she's looking in that background? We love it. We love filming with a YouTuber because life is just easy. When they sit in their filming corner, everything arranged.
So
the first question from the Q&A from Instagram, the first question is, what is it like being a healthcare professional in the UK? I know there's perception and there's reality, so maybe if you can help us merge those two together.
So I never worked, I trained in the UK. So I don't know what's like being a nurse in Nigeria or in any other country. But in the UK, it is a very, very challenging profession. Very challenging. First of all, you work working hours are 12 hours a day. You do 12 hours 3 to 4 times a week. That is very challenging. It takes you away from your family, from yourself. It's emotionally draining, physically draining. It is very challenging. It's also very rewarding. Like I said, when I went into nursing, yes, I didn't like to make money, but I didn't really go there because of the money. I developed a passion for nursing because you're making a difference in someone's life every day you go to work. Yeah, either there at the beginning of their life or at the end of their life, or when they're going through very challenging health, challenging health issue, and you are the one by their side, comforting them, encouraging them, making them feel that hopefully this will get resolved. And some people have to live with it to the rest of their life. We have people that we care for that have long-term condition that you have to be there, show empathy for what they are going through. So it is very challenging, but it's also rewarding. You go home every day knowing that you've not helped just one person, you've helped the whole community because they are married, they have children, they have sisters, they have brothers. It's not just the person you're making a difference. You're making a difference in a lot of people associated with that person. It is very challenging, but it's also very rewarding. And you really have to have the passion for it to go into nursing because it takes a lot to be a nurse, even as a carer, even as potters, as doctors, whatever you choose to do within the health field, it is a very challenging profession.
It's interesting. I do know a few people who are in the nursing field within my family and friendship circle, but what I have never understood is the compulsory, I cannot speak English, it's Sunday evening. The compulsory long shift. Why is that? Because I'm thinking from a family person, you're a mother and a wife and you have siblings and you have friends. Do we have to work 12 hours if we have to be a nurse? Is that standard?
So you don't have to work 12 hours. I don't work 12 hours anymore because I'm a nurse practitioner. I'm going to go more into that in my more future videos. But when I started, depending on where you start to work, I used to work in A&E, emergency department. You have to do 12 hours because it's a 7:30 to 8:30 shift. But you only do those 12-hour shifts 3 times a week because it's still 37.5 hours. Then on the fourth week of the month, the last week of the month, then you do the 4 12-hour shifts. But some people work in outpatients. They only do like 9 to 5, really. They work in clinics. So they see the patient in the clinics, they do 9 to 5. But that means you have to do 5 days a week, 9 to 5. And with nursing, we have the option of doing extra shifts to make extra money. But if you've worked 5 days in a week already, doing your 9 to 5, you won't have that extra time to do the extra shift if you want to. So there are some jobs out there that you can do 9 to 5, running clinics, specialist nurse, GP nurses, they work 9 to 5 or 8 to 6. They don't do like 9 shifts or weekends like those that work in the hospital. But when I first started as a newly qualified nurse, I worked in A&E. Depending on what department you find work, you have to, depending on the shift pattern that they have in that department. Where I work with A&E, they don't close a 24-hour service. So we have to always have a nurse on shift to care for these patients. So I used to do 12 hours, day shift or 9 shift. But that's behind me now. Thank you, Jesus. I don't do 9 shift anymore. I finished the latest shift I do is like 10. I'm even going to start working from home. I'm going to talk about more in future videos. I've got a job that I work for 111 now. I literally just started last week. I'm going to start doing remote working from home. So there's a lot of options out there. You just have to find what is best for you. I didn't get that. I didn't get there when I first started, but I'm there now and I'm still going further. So yeah. But some people didn't. I know some people that have never worked in the ward before. They started in the clinics, and they do 9 to 5. They don't mind doing 9 to 5 and the end of it for the week. But I didn't want to start that way. So everyone is different. Depending on what department and what specialty you want to, where you want to start your career as a nurse.
Okay, no, that's interesting because I'm one of those people, because I'm not in the nursing field, right? I have the stereotype that the people I know have short days in the week that they work, but it's quite long hours. And I'm wondering, do I have to if I want to? I don't know the answer to that. So I thought I'll ask you.
You don't have to. It's depending on where you work, what department you work for.
Okay. And you did not get here to the point where you are now having all these options, like you're going to be working remotely, you don't work nights. So it looks like you have to slug it from the beginning. Is that the honest truth?
Like I said, some people try from working in outpatient departments. And our outpatient department don't open nights. They open weekends now because of the influx of patients, but they don't do night shift because they close 8 o'clock at the latest. So some people started their career in outpatients and they've never not done a night or weekend job before because they work in the outpatient. But like I said, depending on what department you get a job when you need qualified or when you move into the UK.
Okay, thank you for that. Let's move on swiftly to the next question. Can someone, and this one I thought I maybe knew the answer, but then I thought, let me ask you for your perspective because I like to hear about this profession in different industries. So can someone with the HR degree work under the NHS?
HR degree in what? In science or in what subject?
A degree in HR.
HR, oh yeah. So working within the health field, it's not just nurses or doctors. We have ward clerk that we work with. We have business managers. We have project managers. We have because NHS, for example, is a very, very big company. I think it's one of the largest company that employs in the world. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think so. I'm not sure. I can't verify this yet. But it's a very massive company. So that it's not just the people that don't work clinical. The people that they are managers and they don't know anything about clinical needs of a patient, but they are in charge of our shift, in charge of the whole department, in charge of how the department is running. And so that there's this conflict because obviously they don't really have the nursing or the medical background, and so that they make decisions that don't really, to us, it doesn't make any sense because you don't work in our shoes. But the other jobs, ward clerk, business analyst, accountant, HR department, and what are those that employ the HR department, the payroll. What about the
payroll recruiters?
So
yes, you have cleaners, you have support staff,
exactly.
You have security, you have everyone, whatever it takes to run.
It is, yes. It's not just no people think only nurses and doctors work in the hospital.
Yeah.
We have physiotherapists,
yes.
We have occupational therapists, we have even chaplains. We have chaplains that are employed to sit with patients,
and end of life, going through as well, counselors.
Yes. So it is a huge what's the word I'm looking for? It is a large scale of employees from different walks of life working within the NHS, or even working within even in America and Nigeria, working within the health field, to be honest. Because it takes a lot, and that's why when you care for a patient, it's not just one person caring for a patient.
Mm-hmm.
It starts from a healthcare assistant to a nurse to a doctor, mm-hmm. even to the porter taking the patient to the X-ray department, the radiographers, the radiologists. There's a wide range of people that care for just one patient. So there is a lot involved in care for just one patient.
I thought so too, but I know that there's still the assumption, thank you for saying that, because I know there's still the assumption that when you think about the NHS, all you can think about is people who work in healthcare and that's it. No, it's not necessarily most science doctors. No, there's business analysts, IT, whatever you can think of in an organization, because I think NHS is one of the biggest employers
in the
of
world,
service and labor in the UK.
I think in the UK, yeah.
Compared to other countries as well, that is a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. I just want to say a shout out to everyone on YouTube watching us live. Hello, please make sure you say hello in the comment section. We want to be able to interact with you. So like, share, just say hello. Just give us a thumbs up. Let's know that you're with us. I can see there's so there's 7 people on the YouTube live right now. So say hello, this human beings there, just say hi and give us a thumbs up. And if you have not followed IDEVA TV, I don't know what you're waiting for. Because if you're really interested in healthcare, she's the guru. That's why we brought her here, okay? So IDEVA TV, we're gonna talk about some of the videos that you put out had a lot of information. And I think you covered some of the questions when it came to sponsorship, because of the new visa system that's been opened up in the UK meant that the barrier to entry has been reduced. And a lot of people from our Niger can move to the UK and start a career perhaps in healthcare. So I have a couple of questions here. So one of them is, why is it that a company on the sponsorship list says they can't sponsor a role? Have you come across that?
They can't sponsor
a role. So maybe they have an advert out and then they're like, no, I'm sorry, we can't sponsor. So
it might be the different reasons. Only the employers will be able to answer this accurately. But based on, I'll just assume here that is that maybe they found someone to cover the vacancy. They already found someone, because the reason why they're going out there to reach out to foreigners to come and work in the UK is because they couldn't find locals to employ for this particular job. If they're able to find locals to employ for this, for example, healthcare assistant role or nursing role, they will not employ someone because it costs them money and time and effort to migrate a Nigerian from Nigeria to move into the UK to work. True. So maybe they found someone local they can employ, which will make things much easier. Everyone wants soft life. Nobody wants to be stressing themselves.
Are you saying even the employers want soft life?
I can only assume, to be honest, this is an assumption, to be honest, based on, or maybe you do not meet the requirements of the job. Maybe your CV is not, they don't find your CV relevant to the role that you're applying for.
Okay, so
or maybe the vacancy, the vacancy is closed. Maybe they found someone else internationally or locally to employ for that role. So there can be a wide range of reasons why they would not choose to sponsor you. Because for them to sponsor you, you have to sell yourself to that employer. You have to make it worthwhile for the employer to spend so much money, time, and effort to employ you from Nigeria to come and work in the UK. So it is a lot of work also for the employers. I know they're desperate, but again, they have to make sure they do it safely, because you're going to come into the UK and care for patients, vulnerable patients in the UK. So even though they're desperate to employ people to work in the UK. They have to make sure they're doing it safely. So there are different reasons why they reject your application. So only if you contact the employer, what I would say is, if you can, some employers, if they have time, because they're so busy, to be honest, you work in HR, you don't respond to every application you decline, isn't it? But if you can reach out to them, if they have time, they can tell you the reason why they've declined you. They don't have to. By law, I don't think they're obliged to tell you why, isn't it? You would know.
So that's the thing. They're not obliged. This is where I have an issue. I am a HR professional, not necessarily a recruiter.
Okay.
But this is where I have an issue with recruitment because, and if you're a recruiter out there, drop a note in the comment section. Yes. Let's have this debate. Hello. So my challenge is, if people apply for roles, there is an automated way to say, sorry, but I'm not sorry, or it's not going to work. Do you see what I mean? So keeping people hanging, I think, is unprofessional. I know the volumes is a challenge, but you can have an automation where you just sift this group of people and put it there, and it sends it to them, and they typically just feel like you've just written to them. Technology is that advanced. So I have an issue with people not getting responses. I don't think it's human. Because the other thing that employers need to realize is that their branding is also important. So it's all well and good that you can say, oh, I want to only focus on those that I'm going to hire. But the other thing you are forgetting is that the day you need the person you want to hire, who has been the friend or the cousin of that person you didn't respond to, unfortunately, it might be a no-no, and then you lose out on the person as well. So that's where my challenge is.
But
so that's the one thing I would say to recruiters: respond.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. What I would say that maybe 500 people applied for only for one vacancy. Mm-hmm. So you can imagine it's not fair for that employer or that HR assistant to sit on the computer replying 499 people that didn't get the job. It is a lot of work. I don't even think anyone has the time to do it, to be honest.
I don't think you need to do it individually. I won't go into all the details, but there's all these automations that it's just one click and everybody gets the same email.
Okay, but based on the question you asked, because the person would like to know why I personally wasn't moved on to the next level of the interview, I guess.
Interview process, yeah. I guess, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's a middle ground here, but I just don't understand how people don't get responses. It's just, I just think it's totally unprofessional.
I agree. Yes.
Cool. So the next question is, are there any companies or providers who are openly looking for staff that you can share their private details? And I guess this question is come off the back of the fact that you shared a lot of good information, and you even shared some links to, I remember watching a few of your videos and there was specific NHS that you were mentioning. So maybe we're assuming that you kind of have some connections that you want to
I really wish because that would be another side also for me. Maybe in the future, to be honest, I feel like I would like to contact some NHS that really those I've worked with, if I had known anyone in the HR department, to try and speak to them. But anyway, that's another business for another day. But what I would say to you is that if you're looking for work, I remember when I was actively looking for work, I was registered. I had my CV registered with so many online websites. Mm-hmm. And every morning when I wake up, I get like tons of emails about this particular, for example, maybe healthcare assistant job. Mm-hmm. Every day, every morning when I wake up, I got tons of email from this website telling me about this vacancy. So if you're looking for work, I said in one of my videos, register with this website and create a notification. So when you create an alert, you will get a notification. When you create an alert, you get a notification, like I said, every morning in your emails about these vacancies. And hopefully if you find one that you think that you can apply for, that you feel like you meet the requirements for the job, then you can apply for. To be honest, even if there was because when I did that video like a few weeks ago, maybe over a month ago, that vacancy would have closed by now. So you can't just keep waiting for YouTube videos of people like YouTubers like us to put out the video. You need to sit on that website. Especially the fact that some people don't even currently have any job at the moment. You're just at home watching Netflix. Why? True. Get on the website, search tier 2 sponsorship jobs. There are a lot of them. Care homes, NHS, like I said, NHS is one of the biggest employer in the world. Do you know how many NHS and how many NHS trusts we have in the UK? Do you know how many care homes we have in the UK? And most NHS employers have sponsorship because they've been doing this for years.
Yes.
Yes, the HCA sponsorship just started maybe last year, but they've been employing nurses from all over the world for years. So they do have the license to sponsor you. So you need to do your research. Go on this website, read.co.uk, indeed.co.uk, NHS jobs, total jobs. Even in Google, just search tier 2 sponsorship jobs, and you get a variety of vacancies pop up. So you have to do your research, unfortunately. Yeah, that's what I would say to you. You can't just wait for YouTubers like us. I only upload videos once a week. You can't just wait for me to upload a video about 5 vacancies. That's not good enough. You need more.
Okay, but it's also interesting to say that maybe a future business might be for you to match applicants to NHS. You never know. You never know.
We'll see.
You never know, because I've run into people who run care homes. I've run into people who run different types of agencies, and I don't know how they started, but you just never know.
Yes. It'll be something that, because I just feel like I'm doing a lot at the moment. Next week, I've got a video, like a live update on my channel. I feel like I need to discuss a lot with you guys before I move forward with that channel. Because there's a lot going on.
Do you want to give us a hint of the live update? Give us the L in the live update.
No, just like my channel moving forward. I feel like I need to, because obviously I gained a few subscribers in the last few months, or few weeks now. I feel like I need to tell them, even with my old subscribers, they'll be confused what's going on here. Because as far as I'm concerned now, iDiva TV is going to focus on nursing and travel. That's it. Diva blog is going to focus on other stuff. My TikTok is going to focus on fashion. So I need like a proper update coming next week. I'm starting what's it called now? This business, a shopper, personal shopper business. So there's a lot I feel like I need to update you guys about next week. I was going to do that this week, but because of the nursing week, I wanted to upload that video about the rejection from 5 universities I had when I first started my nursing career. So yeah, next week, hopefully you guys can tune in and watch that video to give you guys an idea of my plan for my channel for the next 6 months to a year to see. I'm going to just try it and see how it works. Yeah.
Okay, great. Because I thought when you did the nursing series of nursing videos, I thought that was you went really deep. Yeah, and that was quite useful information. That some of it, yes, we can all Google, but some of the angles that you actually shone the light on, I wouldn't have thought about it if I was looking to go into nursing.
Yes, so yes, that's it. And at the end of the day, YouTube is about what your audience wants. If your audience wants you to, as long as you feel comfortable filming those content. I noticed that I gained like 150 subscribers within 2 weeks. That's no brainer there. That's what they want, and that's what I'm going to give to them. And that's why, so that's my plan for the next 6 months to 12 months, as we'll see how it goes.
This is brilliant, because when you started the nursing thing, I was personally hoping that you don't stop. So it's good to see that actually, if your subscriber counts and your views and your interaction, because those videos are quite interactive. So guys, if you're watching this, if you're watching the replay on this, go on iDiva TV and just type iDiva TV nursing. She has videos, and now she's going to give us updates that if you want to become a UK registered nurse, just park your car there and everything.
I know.
Just sit in her DM, be suggesting the videos to her, be telling her
exactly.
Give suggestions of the videos that come to your mind, and also leave comments.
Yes, please leave comments. Tell
her what is working and what is
not easy. It's not easy. It is a lot, because I work full time. Then I have iDiva TV I'm trying to run. I'm trying to get my Instagram Instagram account. I'm trying to build up my Instagram account. Then I found TikTok, because my TikTok has blown. It's doing really well. So we died there. Diva blog, we died there. So like, there's a lot I'm trying to just juggle. And I'm still a wife. I'm a mom. I still have my family and friends. It is a lot. So when you see any content out there, it takes time and effort to put those content out there. So please, Ejo, E for Ejo, T for thanks. Please, it is not easy. Please, it is not easy. please, support our future.
On that note, let me go into the comment section. For all of you supporting our future, we want to see you in the comment section.
Yes,
I'm just going to do a few shout outs. Abimbola says hello. Liz, hi Liz. Hello. We have a Jura, hello. Jura joined our last, I can't speak, our last live. And actually Liz was the guest on the last one. Fabi says, good afternoon, Auntie. Oh, hi, Fabi. Hi. So,
hello, everyone.
Thanks so much
very much for having me on your channel.
You are very welcome. We need the energy, we need the collaboration, but more importantly, we need the nursing info, because I wanted you to come on. If nothing else, let people see your face, they can relate to you, and go on your channel and go and sit there for all things NHS career, healthcare, and UK nursing. So I'm just looking at you and thinking, what's the worst? What has been your worst experience as a nurse? If you don't mind, just dropping. We're wrapping up now, so just kind of drop some spice.
As a nurse. I don't know.
What has been your worst experience?
As a nurse, and I wouldn't say. I think it was when I first started. Like I said, the video is going to come up at 6:30 on my channel. I was rejected by 5 universities. All of the universities I applied to study nursing. This was in 2005. They rejected my application just because I was on an indefinite. I didn't have indefinite stay then, or I was not a British citizen. And back then, like I said, nursing was a government-funded course. So they didn't want to fund you if you're not a permanent resident in the UK. So that was really a shock to me. Like, wow. I had took like 7 years break before I went back to apply again to study nursing. So I think that was so far, and I think there's nothing else. But that's really it was really a shock to my system, to be honest. It took me a while to get over it because I didn't know what else I was going to do with myself.
Yeah.
And then I went.
Because until you get the passport, you don't have the passport, so it's confusing.
It was a lot, but that was in 2005. But now, international students can apply to study nursing. But then, my daddy said he was willing to pay for the first year, because by the second year we would have gotten our indefinite stay. They said no, because it's a government funded course. It was it was a lot. It was very traumatizing thinking about it. It's funny enough, in my video, when I was filming the video last week, I could remember every step. Like, you could tell how traumatized I was with the rejection. All of the 5 universities I applied to study all rejected me. But thank God, look at God now. So
6 years experience after all of that.
Yes.
Okay, final question. Now that we're about to wrap up, final question is, what are the steps we need to follow to get a healthcare provider? I think you touched on this briefly, but I'm going to ask the question again because it's actually one of the questions. What are the steps that we need to follow to get a healthcare provider to sponsor us?
Okay, so like I said, you need to search. NHS Jobs is the first website I would recommend for you to visit. NHS websites, indeed.co.uk, read.co.uk. And you can type in Google search Tier 2 sponsorship job. If you're a nurse, I think it would be easier for you to get a job for an employer to sponsor you to work in the UK. But I think for like healthcare assistant, that's where a lot of people are finding it challenging. But there's no nurse that I know that have applied that have been rejected. Most of the nurses that I know of or that I've heard of, it takes about 6 months for the whole process to be completed for you to move into the UK. Yeah. But I also got an interview. So if you also want to know more, I interviewed one of my colleagues. I used to work with him when he moved to the UK over 12 months ago. He worked in Nigeria for 5 years and he moved into the UK. So the first day I met him, I told him I was going to interview him on my channel. So I interviewed him, I think sometime in March. Yes. And he told us the whole process. If you're not in Nigeria, you can watch that video if you want to learn how you can migrate to the UK via that pathway. But for healthcare assistants, it's a bit challenging for them finding a job. But I know someone that applied 500 times before finding an employer to sponsor her. So you can't just apply for 10 jobs and think, okay, that's it. No, you have to keep going. Even those that live in the UK, it's only in the healthcare field. I feel like if people didn't find it, people find it easy to get a job as a nurse. Even before I qualified as a nurse, I already had a job. I got a job in April, I've qualified in August. So, but
Wow.
most, even if you listen to my video, the video I said I filmed, I've uploaded today, I never got a job as an account assistant. I did AAT, I completed my diploma, I was working towards my ACCA. I still did not find a job as an account assistant, but I kept applying. So you can't just say you apply for 10 jobs and they say, oh, no, you keep going. If that's your goal, if that's what you want to do, if you feel that that's your calling or that's a temporary goal to get to a long-term goal, you keep pushing yourself. You keep doing it. You keep doing it. You keep applying. Sleep there, die there. The first thing in the morning, you visit the website. In the afternoon, even at lunchtime, if you are working now, 30 minutes on a job website, it is a lot of time. Even before you go to bed, get off TikTok, go on that job search website and apply for the job. So you have to keep going and speak to people, ask for information. There's a lot of YouTubers that focus their niche on just this immigration pathway to the UK. Search for them on YouTube. There's a lot of information out there. You're the only one that can limit yourself. No one else can limit you.
Okay.
No, seriously, like I feel like that.
I can see the passion with which you say, because I think you've come across a few people who you think it's just been, oh, I applied for 5 jobs, they didn't take me. This thing could work.
Excuses. Like, seriously.
You know, it's interesting as you were talking about how applying for jobs, and in fact, you get to a point where you set it is on auto repeat on your phone. So when you're applying, it's 2 clicks or 1 click. You have your cover letter ready. You have
because it's the same cover letter
on your phone. It's the same. In fact, you get to a point where if you apply for 2 types of job, you have 2 cover letters and 2 CVs. You just look at the title, you click, and if you, to be fair to your point, IDevaTV, if you spend 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening, you'll be tracking 500 plus applications, and 1 will fall. You only need 1.
Exactly. You don't need
1 job. You don't need more than 1 job. Exactly. Because when I think about when I was applying years ago, the last count I had was 13 interviews. Where's the
exactly
job? 13 interview. So to get to 13 interview, I must have applied for at least close to 700 to 800 jobs before 1 will now say come, and then 1 didn't work, 2 didn't go. But the beauty of it, and let me say this to you, if you're watching this and you are applying for jobs and you're feeling a bit discouraged, let me tell you something. Every job that you apply for, every interview that you go for that you didn't get a job is actually the work experience you need to be able to ace that final interview. Because I found that when I attended interview, by my 13th interview, I didn't do much because I had rehearsed all the answers in the interviews I didn't get. So when I got to the final one, it looked like I had at least 13 months of experience because I just interviewed.
I agree.
And that was it for me.
Yes. Some interviews, you even just go for the experience.
Yes.
Some interviews, you're not going there because you want the job, really. It's just for you to have an idea. Because you really, this is the employer you really want to work for. But you're just going to go for the interviews with other employers because you want to get the idea of what questions, what the setting, the people, the environment. Because not just having the questions right, even your posture, the way they answer, the way you sit, it's a lot that is involved when it comes to getting it right at the interview. Yeah. So hopefully I'll do future videos about that. But I've got a lot of content I've written down already. So starting from the week after next, back to back. I'm also going to be interviewing people, my colleagues, people that I've seen their growth as a nurse from HCA, healthcare assistants, and they are now running the wards, they are now matrons. Like, I've got them back to back. Don't worry. I'll just make sure you subscribe to my channel. And also, if you are from my channel, make sure you subscribe to Vymart's channel. Let her know you've come from me. Yeah?
Great. That's a way to bring us to a wrap. IDevaTV, you have said it all. And honestly, guys, I am not a nurse. I'm not a registered nurse. I'm not a registered prescriber. You need to tell me that prescriber bit. What does that mean before I wrap up? Okay. What does that mean to a layman?
As a nurse, when you're qualified, you do not have the license to prescribe medication. Only doctors have the license to prescribe medication. Doctors prescribe the medication, and with the nurses then administer the medication. Because I'm now a nurse practitioner, I see my own, I'm like a GP nurse. So I see my own patients, I assess them, I diagnose them, I prescribe medication for them, and send them on home or back to a referral to another specialty or to the hospital. So that's what I do now as a nurse practitioner. And for 111 now, so when you call us, I speak to you on the phone. If I feel like you need to go to A&E, I will send you to A&E. If I feel like I can prescribe medication for you on the phone for the next few days, let's see how it goes. And that's what I do now.
That is interesting. I didn't know that. So I knew that the few times I've been to a hospital, a nurse does a lot of things. And then they call the doctor for 2.5 seconds. And I'm wondering, why is this guy important? I didn't realize that the reason is because even though you're a registered nurse, you actually are not trained to be. So what do you need to do? Is it levels of experience, or do you need to do another training to be able to prescribe?
I did a 6-month course.
Okay.
To be, so trust me, there's a lot of videos back to back. How to be a nurse practitioner, how to be a remote worker as a nurse, because people find that straight as a nurse for you to work as a remote worker. But a lot of people, so there's a lot of content, ideas that are coming to my head. I'm just writing them down. So I'm going to talk about how to be, because a lot of people, and the reason why I even jump into on this nursing niche is at least once a week I get DM or WhatsApp message about these nursing questions. I'm just tired of answering them individually. So like when I have the video, I'll just send you the link, or go and watch the link. And any other question. The problem with the Nigerian community is you don't want to be taught how to fish. You want us to hand out the fish to you. And we cannot continue like that.
No.
We cannot continue like that. We need to
help
ourselves.
Get far, you can't keep asking for fish to be given to you.
Do your own research. Research. There are tons of information out there. There's a version I don't even know. That when I started doing this nursing niche, I started searching online, watching YouTube videos. I've learned 1 or 2 things also from other YouTubers. So there are lots of information out there. Are you willing to create the time and to commit yourself to it? That's what I would say.
Good. So on that note, you guys, you now know where to go when you talk about nursing. You want everything to do with nursing career. Sorry. Me.
And one more thing. Yes. Viv is going to come onto my channel soon. Hopefully we can find a date. If you want to get into nursing, but obviously you do not have a nursing background or healthcare field background, but transferable skills. She's an expert. She's been in the HR field for over 15 years. So she will teach us how you can use your transferable skills and knowledge to get into nursing. So I'm looking forward to that.
I am looking forward to coming onto your channel, because in my mind, every profession is professionable. Everything is doable.
I agree.
And we have a lot of transferable skills that we don't appreciate that we do.
Yes.
And then we don't put it in the right words, and then we're wondering why nobody will hire you. The reason they have not hired you is because you are not saying what they want to hear, but you have it, you just don't know it. Anyway, let's not have the video before the video. But yes, absolutely looking forward to filming that with you. I want to say thank you so much. And guys, help me thank Dele iDeva TV in the comment section for giving us the time to come in on my channel, and in 6 minutes at 6:30 p.m. London and Lagos time, a video is going up on her channel. And now she's giving us the tea to her future video to say that there is a niche coming up on her channel very soon that is talking so much about nursing, because a lot of people are asking her questions. And guys, you want to dive into that. If you're still interested and you feel like nursing is your passion, or you feel like you've been hitting the brick wall, or you know somebody who's always complaining to you to say, I want to be a nurse in the UK, but I don't know anybody, your excuse is over. You have met iDeva TV. It's on YouTube. She's on Instagram. She's on TikTok. She's not missing. You can find her. She's a human being, and she will respond. She'll create the video, and you guys just need to watch. And when you watch, please interact, please comment, please share. That's all we're asking for.
Thank you so much, V. Thank you, Vymart fam. Thank you for having me. Please subscribe to my channel. Also subscribe to Vymart's channel when you get to watch this video. Thank you so much. And I'll share this also on my community so that people from my own community can also come and watch it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
So guys, all road leads now to iDeva TV's video at 6:30. I'll see you in the comment section on there. I just want to say thank you so much. Have a lovely week ahead. Bye.